Hello, collective, and thank you for tuning in. Let me see. Enough light for me to read, but hopefully it's not blinding for you. So, thank you so much for tuning in. If you do happen to see smoke, there's incense and sage burning off to the sides. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of the Journey Collective here on Esoteric Guidance. The purpose of the channel and the purpose for which I am here this lifetime is to help us bring about the changes necessary within ourselves. And so, for me, as a teacher, as a mentor, an instructor, as a guide, again, as a guide, what my job here is to do is to help us raise the vibration of the planet. But we first must start with ourselves. And so this channel was created for that purpose. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in to our Sunday service. We are going to be talking about, as mentioned in the uh, information or title, we're going to be talking about sin, what is sin, and we're going to be talking about assuming the position. Okay, so in legal terms, right, we know that man says assume the position typically when you're about to get searched. Okay, but I'm going to be talking about, and thank you so much, subscribers and new listeners, for tuning in. Feel free to comment or to ask questions, and I will try to be attentive to those questions and things that you ask along the way. So let's go ahead and get started, and a happy Sunday to everyone who is tuned in. Okay, I hope you're doing well wherever you are and you are on your high vibrational journey. Okay, if you do not meditate or you have not activated your chakras, if you have not turned on your crown, your third eye, these are the first steps into becoming aware of who you really truly are and the God within you. Okay. I met a gentleman yesterday. I saw a gentleman yesterday who was outside of a Fresenius facility. That's a dialysis treatment facility. I am a kidney transplant recipient, as I received a kidney on 7/7 of 17 after dialysis for 4.5 years, and witchcraft attacked both of those kidneys. That witchcraft was sent from the adopted family that I, for decades, thought was my actual family. Okay. But I spoke with that gentleman yesterday and just gave him a word of encouragement, showed him the mark where my third kidney was inserted. They did not remove the other two, so I have three kidneys. Okay. The number three might be significant for you. You might be a life path three. Um, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get started. And again, pay attention to those opportunities when they present themselves for you to speak into the lives of others, help bring about healing for them, or shine light on something perhaps that they're not seeing. Okay? I shared with that gentleman that discipline is the key. Discipline is the key. Discipline was the key for my 4.5 years of dialysis, and how I was always ready, physically, body ready for the transplant. It was just a matter of divine timing, and then again, that was 7/7 of 17. Right? So the wages of sin is death. We've all heard this before. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Okay? We're all familiar with the 10 Commandments. We may not remember them like we did as a child when they were beat into us, but we all remember the 10 Commandments. The first commandment of those 10 Commandments was, "Thou shalt have no other God before me." Okay? So, the wages of sin is death. So what is sin? What is sin? What is sinning? What does it mean to sin? What does it mean to sin against yourself? What does it mean to sin against God? What is sin? Okay? So, sin is, and I got this definition some time ago, but sin is basically going against your higher self. That is what sin is. So when you sin, when you go against your higher self, you are ignoring your north node, your crown chakra, your intuition, your third eye, whatever information that is, that your internal self, and I'm going to get to the God within you, but your internal self, whatever that is what you're going against. So for instance, when you lie, okay? When we lie against the truth. And when we lie against the truth, we lie against our higher vibration, against our highest vibration, which is truth, which is unconditional love. Whatever that is, no matter what form the love shows up in, that is what it is. You are going against your higher self, because your higher self is always aware of the truth, because you are not God, but you are exactly like God. So the God within you, greater is he that is within you, greater is he that is within you. So what is that within you? That within you is the truth. That within you is the Godhead. That is the Christos. That is the truth. So when you sin, you simply go against your higher self. Okay. So your higher self, there's a truth within you. There's a true self within you. And that truth within you knows the difference between a lie and the truth. And when you go against the truth, thank you so much for coming in, everyone. When you go against that truth, okay, that is what sin is. It's against yourself, your higher self. Okay. So if I am unfaithful to my spouse, I am going against my higher self, because my higher self knows that I am supposed to be committed to this individual because they are giving me that monogamous commitment. Okay. All right. So that is sin. In a nutshell, you are simply going against yourself. Okay? No matter what form of sin it is, no matter what the act is. It could be verbal from your throat chakra, it could be your thought processes, or it could be your actions. Okay? Neville Goddard speaks to the as if, acting as if. Okay? And so, what does it mean to act as if? This is what I want to speak about briefly when I talk about assuming the position. Okay? So we've heard often that you act as if until, okay, or you fake it till you make it. That's what man says. Okay? But I'm not speaking about faking anything. What I'm talking about is walking and living in your truth without seeing. So once you come into the knowledge of who you really truly are, okay, the Ace of Wands within you, that is the truth of you. So when you come into the truth of that, then you really have a sort of obligation, okay, to act accordingly. So when you do not adhere to that highest vibration of you, again, that is most high within you, that is divine source within you, okay? If you do not, I'm hearing facilitate. If you do not facilitate that, Alexa, what does facilitate mean?
The verb facilitate is usually defined as to make easier or less difficult, help forward, an action, a process, etc. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for facilitate.
Okay, so facilitating, how do you facilitate your higher, pure, truer good and purpose? How do you facilitate that? You do it by recognizing who you are. Okay? That is the first step in facilitating the God within. It's 11:01 on the video timer. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:09 a.m.
10:09 and now 11:07, which is a 9. 11:07 on the video timer. Okay? The first commandment is thou shalt have no other God before me. Again, as a reminder, there are other gods. Okay? You might be one of those deities. Okay? So how do you assume the position, excuse me, how do you assume the position, I'm speaking of hierarchy. So you could be of the hierarchy. So How do you presume the position of you being of the hierarchy? Well, you have to first accept and acknowledge who you are. Okay? So if you do not know who you are, how can you assume the position? If you do not know who you are, how can you sit on a throne if you do not know that you are a king, a prince, a princess, a priestess, a priest? How can you sit on the throne if you do not know that you are an emperor and empress? Okay? You first must know who you are, and then you can take the throne. Okay? So, also, something about holy matrimony. Okay? Holy matrimony. Okay? So, for the divine masculines and divine feminines that are on a twin flame journey this lifetime, okay? If you're on a twin flame journey this lifetime, when you and your twin flame come together, your true twin flame, or your divine counterpart, however, when that union comes together, that union is going to judge the earth. Just with your coming together, you're going to judge the earth, because you're going to judge the earth just like and they're monitoring spirits. So return to sender, return to sender, return to sender for all monitoring spirits. So when these holy matrimonies come together, these divine masculines and divine feminines come together in the earthly way, there's going to be a judging of the earth in regards to the false marriages. So what are false marriages? What are fake marriages? Fake divine marriages, I guess I should say. Okay. So what are these? So sorry, I heard someone outside. So these are homosexual relationships. Okay, so these are lesbian relationships. Okay, and again, we can all make whatever choice we want to make. Okay, but you cannot call something dirty that Most High Divine Source calls clean, and you cannot call something clean that Highest Divine White Light calls filthy. Okay, so Divine White Light says something is unholy, it's unholy. Okay, again, Divine White Light allows choice, but those choices are judged. All of our choices are judged. Okay, so divine unions are male and female. Divine unions are not female female or male male. Understand the difference. And what man calls okay, 9 times out of 10 is not going to be okay with Most High, because man is promoting and elevating the darkness. And again, we all have choice. We can all choose the relationships that we desire, that we want, but understand the blessing and the curses that come with each of those relationships. Okay, even if they're even if they're heterosexual relationships, you can have karmic heterosexual relationships. Okay, your siblings, parents, aunts, uncles, you can have karmic relationships with your spouses, the ones you select that do not meet a vibrational criteria, a certain vibrational criteria. Okay, all right. So, we're at 15 minutes. Okay, so let me ask you this before I go. In regards to your spiritual wherewithal today, we've all made choices against our higher good. What choices are you making today that are against and for your higher good? Answer that question. And have you assumed the position of who you really truly are? Have you taken your throne? Okay, that is your cross. Your cross is your throne. Okay, 16:30 on the video timer. All right. So, thank you so much, as always, for being a part of the journey here. And is there anything else we should do? Most High. No, I'm not thinking that there is. All right. So thank you so much, as always, Collective, for being a part of the journey. I know this video was shorter than others, and that was for a purpose. But thank you so much, as always, for being a part of the journey, whether you are a part of the journey on this platform, or or I should say my channel, excuse me, Confirmation Burp, or you are just tuning in today. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Again, my name's Nehru. I am here as an esoteric extraterrestrial being to help us all raise the vibration of ourselves and thus the planet, and ushering in the age of Aquarius. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Again, as always, be encouraged.